What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy trucking named Jake, right. aka your favorite Lisa, aka FaceTime Daddy. Checking in. I gotta do the intro. I be forgetting because my subscribers are so great. Shout out to all 6,500 plus of my subscribers. Never would have thought I had that many subscribers, but like I be getting a lot of replay viewers on my live feeds, so I want to start doing intros and shouting out those that are watching on the replay. Shout out to you, appreciate you. Shout out to the people coming in with 27 people. They hate when I put my chapstick on after the video start, but you gotta understand, man, I don't walk around with a mirror. So when the camera come on, I get to look at myself and make corrections, you know what I mean? So shout out to 26 people in here, man. Make sure you hit the like button on the way in. If you haven't already done so, man, make sure you hit the subscribe button, comment, interact, all that good stuff. If you haven't done so, follow my Instagram, Trucker Named Jay on Instagram. And if you want some one-on-one, you want to ask me some questions, you want to, you don't want to talk in front of all these other people, you can hit me up on my email, truckernamedj@yahoo.com, as well as, if you hit me up via email, you can ask for I got a personal, number that I have that is dedicated for my YouTube, and, a lot of people have called and asked me a lot of questions about VL Trucking one-on-one to get, the behind the scenes, if you will. So if anybody wants to hit me up on directly on the phone and talk to me, you got to send me an email. I'll talk to you through email to verify that you ain't no troll, and I'll give that number out and we can talk. I've done that shit more times than I can remember now, at least about 4 or 5 times. So but anyways, yeah, man, I ain't gonna lie to y'all, man. Like, I'm just in a space now where things almost seem too good to be true. To be honest with you, man. It's almost too good to be true, man. For a long time for me in trucking and in life, like, it just seemed like nothing was going right. I couldn't catch a break. I just kept making mistake after mistake after mistake after mistake, and I just couldn't get right. You know what I mean? Like, I became at one point the laughing stock of YouTube and other social platforms in regards to trucking, and my confidence was shit. Like, it was just bad, man. You know what I mean? And to be where I'm at now, man, or in the beginning stages of where I'm at now, it's almost like it's too good to be true. Like, it feels too good to be true. Like, it's actually happened. I'm still doing it, but it's just like, damn, man, like, it can really happen. Like, if you keep pushing, if you keep striving, if you keep believing in yourself, no matter what nobody outside noise, whatever, say to you, you can actually be successful and do anything you put your mind to. Like, that it ain't just some cliche saying that people say to make you feel better about whatever fucked up situation you're going through. Like, this shit is really real. Like, you know what I mean? And it's just like, man, I'm just so happy to be where I'm at with leasing this truck, even though so many people got so much things to say about leasing a truck. Let me explain something to you, man. Like I'm doing real good here at VL Trucking, man. Like, just the way that this company is ran, and this ain't no plug or nothing like that, because it speaks for itself. You know what I mean? Like, the way that I'm running with this company and what I've been able to do since I came here in June, and it's now September, so going on 3 months, fam. Like, it's just like it's like, it's so funny. I was watching HT Logistics, right? Shout out to HT Logistics 3434. I think I missed. I thought it's either 3434 or 4343. One of them. But anyways, I was watching this video where he was talking about I think it was a recent video. He was talking about owner operators, and he was talking about like 2 different types of owner operators. He's talking about like how your first year as an owner operator go, a lease operator, whatever. And he was talking about, he was giving 2 different examples, and he was saying how with the one example, you know, when you start doing it, you regret it. You know, you realize you're not making that much more than what you would have done as a company driver. You realize that you can't go home. You know, just he wasn't really trashing it. Well, he kind of was, but he was doing it in a more respectful way versus some other YouTubers. Some other YouTubers would just come up here and straight up and tell you you're a fucking idiot for leasing that this. He wasn't doing it that way. He was just kind of educating to the different ways you look at leasing, how your lease will go on a day-to-day basis. But he was talking about how a lot of people get in these leases, they end up leaving the lease. They got high operating costs, and it becomes a mess and overwhelming, and you know, shit like that. Then he talked about the other side of it, where you have people who have low operating costs, and how their mindset is that like, yo, I should have been did this. This shit is easy. It make you think about getting your own authority and shit like that. And you know, it's so funny because watching that video and just feeling how I feel now, I do feel it's like, damn, like what took me so long to finally click and get this shit? You know what I mean? I don't know, if I'm being honest. Like, you know, you go through that phase when you finally start doing something the right way and you feeling good about it. You ask yourself like, damn, man, like, why I couldn't have been did this? You know what I'm saying? Like, cause it ain't hard. This shit ain't hard. You know what I mean? I'm not doing nothing special here. I'm just driving the truck. You know what I'm saying? Running the truck at the best rate that I can run for. You know? The only thing that really make or break what's going on, Ray David. Only thing that'll really make or break this situation is maintenance. And as long as you got bread put to the side for the maintenance, you know what I mean? Hey, boy, I see you. It really ain't nothing to be afraid of. You know what I mean? Like, but then again, excuse me. I maybe that's just because of the situation I have at VL Trucking. I'm gonna tell you, man, this VL Trucking lease is I don't know how else to say it. This shit is great, man. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, for what they require up front and you know, the experience they require, like, it's not a lot of extra shit that you have to do to start with this lease, and to be able to like jump right into it and be able to make this type of money, to be able to have this type of freedom. It's I don't think it's nothing like it, man. Yo, what's that app you use for navigation? That shit loud as hell. I'm gonna tell you, before I wasn't using any specific apps for navigating for hazmat loads, but I have started using Truckers Path feature. Y'all know I got the thing going with Truckers Path and whatnot. But I realized one of the features, I'm gonna do a video about it. They have a feature up there where if you have the certain subscription, I don't know if it's gold or diamond, one of those, but you plug in your destination from where you're at, and you can put in the modifications to your truck. So if your truck is like 13.7, you can put that in. Your weight, you put it in. If you have hazmat, and it will navigate your entire route based off of what your specific needs are. I'm definitely gonna do a video about it. But to answer that question, Truckers Path is what I use now. On top of my own research, you know, looking up, actually Googling and looking up each major city I go through's regulation, and, you know, medium-sized city. So what's going on, Jay? You're doing the same thing you always do. Always hype something up, then when something goes wrong, you're all upset. Just be normal and balanced. I'm not hyping anything up, bro. To be honest with you, if I was hyping it up, I'd be up here talking shit like, yo, I made this week, this next week, this week. Like, it's really some things going on right now that I still haven't told y'all. You know what I mean? Like, so it's not. I don't feel like I'm hyping anything up. I just feel like that, you know, this is the most success that I have had in trucking so far. I mean, I don't feel like that's the problem. Like, that's why nobody wants to share their information. Nobody wants to put anything out, because you're going to get criticized no matter what. If I come up here and I tell you that this is a bad situation, I'm complaining. and I'm shitting on the situation. I'm making I'm complaining. I'm making excuses. But then if I come up here and I tell you I'm doing good, now I'm flexing, or it's just, you know what I mean? I'm me. From day one, all I do is get on this app. I hit the record button on my phone. I ain't got a bunch of fancy cameras. I ain't got a drone. I ain't got none of that shit. I put my phone on this damn $20 stand. I hit the record button, whether I do a pre-recorded video or a live feed, and I tell y'all what's going on. And I leave it up to y'all to take in whatever you want to take in from my channel. That's all my channel ever has been. Nothing more. Not only different. Yeah, I got a little sponsorship with Truckers Path. That don't affect my content. I drive for VL Trucking, and I talk about the company as shit is happening. That don't affect my content. It never has. I've never been that guy that go to companies and talk different because fuck that. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I can't speak how I want to speak, then I don't need to be at that company. I don't care how much they pay me. But luckily for me, this situation here it's been good. And the people that have come here based off of my videos, you can ask them as well. This shit is good. I mean, I think in trucking, we're so used to bullshit trucking companies that when somebody starts speaking positively about a trucking company, we just rush to say they lying or they just hyping it up. Maybe, just maybe, the shit alright. You ever stop to think that for a minute? Like, you know, what's going on? Don't jinx it by getting over. I'm not jinxing anything. It's not about jinxing. It's just about putting in the work and maintaining and consistency. So as long as, I mean, what could happen? You know, the only thing that'll mess up this situation is a major mechanical breakdown. So you do, as an owner-operator, you do what you got to do. You put money to the side and prepare for that. If you are not preparing for the worst thing that can happen, then you deserve anything that happens to you. That's just my opinion from my experience, from what I've seen so far and what I've experienced so far. If you are not preparing for the worst-case scenario, you already behind. That's not, it doesn't make it the company's fault. It doesn't make it anybody's fault but yours, because you won't prepare for it. That's just how this side of the game goes. That doesn't make, I'm not saying I'm an expert on shit, but it's just common sense and an extent. So it's not about overhyping or, you know, is the market gonna drop? It might do. Will it go up or what? You know, you just don't know. But that don't mean you gotta have the same attitude day in and day out. You know what I mean? Whether shit is going super great or super bad, you gotta have the same attitude and keep pushing. Like, okay, we're gonna, no matter what, we're gonna make it happen. And that's just how I've always carried it. I'm just a little bit more confident now because the shit is starting to finally manifest for me after a long time. But you know, that's really it, in my opinion. You know, criticism everywhere. That's a fact. I'll co-sign VL. It's the truth today. Hey man, I'm just sharing my experience. I be trying to tell them WD said, and I believe that's why I'm joining y'all. You know what I mean? You didn't get a good opportunity, Jay. You deserve it at this point. Success is the norm. You paid your dues. Don't act like success is lightning in the bottle. You deserve it, is what I'm saying. Oh, okay. But yeah, man, like, it just, I don't know, like, maybe, you know, maybe it's a mindset thing, because like I say, man, I'm just so used to failing, you know what I mean? And that goes back to confidence when, you know, you kind of gotta drag yourself along sometimes, if that makes sense, you know? I mean, like, we get on these apps and social media and try to act better than what we really are. We try to act more, I don't even know the word, we just put on, but the reality is we human, man. Like, you know, failures and setbacks, them shits hurt. Mentally, physically, it hurts, you know what I mean? So, you know, when you just keep going from setback to setback to setback to failure, it fucks up your mind. Whether it's your fault or whoever, it's still a failure and it fucks up your mind. So it's just nice to, you know, be able to sit back and be like, you know what I mean? But we still got plenty of work to do. You know what I mean? And I think that's another battle that I'm going through with now, is just that, because I'm at a point now where I'm in a better position that I've ever been in right now. But that doesn't mean that I stop. It doesn't mean that I get complacent. It doesn't mean that I just settle. It just means I keep going. You know what I mean? And that's where, I'm a little better off than where I was with Swift, but I'm kind of still in the same ballpark range where I was at with Swift, where I got to this feeling, I got to this place, and then I just kind of fell off from that point because I got too complacent and just got too relaxed and spent all my money and just and fucked it up. So now the objective is to keep going without getting like without smelling myself too much. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be the guy out here, pardon the phrase, but I just don't want to be that guy out here sucking his own dick because of how he feel about him. I don't want to be that guy again. Remain humble, remain hungry, and just keep pushing, because it ain't about me. It really ain't about them 2 kids I got back home. You know what I'm saying? It's about making sure they good. It's about just, growing this shit to just making money right now. See, how can I turn this into money 5 years from now, 10 years from now, 50 years from now? And I think that's where I'm, about to start figuring out and, plugging some shit together and just learn, it's just growth. You can't prepare for growth. You just gotta, it just happens. It's change. You can't prepare for change because you don't know what change is, because you never experienced it before. So this is all new to me, you know what I mean? Like, so, but I'm looking forward to it, definitely. Show me a wise man and I'll show you a man who's made the most mistakes. That's a fact. Do you take the mountains, and are you scared of the mountains? Nah. Nah. I've driven through enough mountains. I mean, not scared, but more like cautious / anxious sometimes. Like for example, I was on I-8 coming to Cali, and coming from Arizona, and that was the first time going. It was like a mountain range through there where this shit was just like mountains and nothing but rocks. First time going through there, so a little anxious, but I think I've been driving long enough to know what to do, how to do it. I dropped down a couple days ago. I dropped down 17. Was that technically isn't a mountain, but it's like 17, 18 miles of downgrade. So you just got, you be out here long enough, you know how to do it, when to do it. Jake Brick is your best friend, and so I wouldn't say scared. No, I will say I don't drive mountains. I try not to drive mountains at night at all. You know what I mean? Like, maybe like West Virginia, just because I drove West Virginia so much running out of the port, that I kind of know that shit like the back of my hand. But like up all these other mountains out here, I try not to hit any mountain ranges at night. But if I have to, then it's not like I don't want to do it, but I'll do it if I need to. How much they paying you a week there? That's a loaded question, man. That's a loaded question. Company drivers making 70 cents a mile. Dry van hazmat. Team drivers here are making 78 cents a mile. Yeah, team drivers are making 78 cents a mile. And owner operators are making how much a reefer? I think reefer drivers make, I don't know how much reefer drivers make. I'm assuming somewhere between 65 and 70 cents in that range. I'm not sure. I don't really check too much on the reefer side, but owner operators make 80% of the load gross, 80% of the gross, 80% dry van hazmat, and then 78% on the reefer side. So that's how much they're making here. But I will tell y'all, man, like, hey, look, man, I told y'all like a couple months ago, a couple weeks ago, this company is not this isn't a mega carrier. This isn't a Swift. This isn't a Prime. It isn't, they don't just have a bunch of trucks galore. I actually was talking to a manager earlier today, and honestly, they're running out of trucks. So if you gonna come and join the money team, I'd advise you to do it sooner rather than later, because they're running out of trucks. I mean, they're gonna get to a point where they're only gonna be hiring teams because they just don't have the trucks. They just don't have the trucks. Like, the people are coming, and people aren't leaving. The turnover rate, to my understanding here, is not like other companies. People are coming here and actually staying. And that's the difference. Because that's why I always be laughing at the people calling me job hopper, because job hopping is a normal thing in trucking. Companies' turnover rates be over 100% and shit like that. But apparently here it's just people aren't leaving. You know what I'm saying? Like, they not. So if like I said, if you're contemplating coming here, this isn't a pitch or nothing like that. I'm just telling you straight up, it would be in your best interest to come sooner rather than later, because you might wait 2-3 weeks and call, and they'll be like, we ain't got no trucks for you. Because it's like that, man. It's really like that. It's legit. It's a legit situation over here. And anytime in trucking, when you find something legit, it's hard, to get in sometimes, because people don't leave. Like your UPSs, your Walmarts. I'm not comparing this company to that, but I mean, if the shoe fucking fit, you know what I mean? You can always find, you gonna always be able to get in Prime. You gonna always be able to get in Swift. You gonna always be able to get on with a lot of these companies, because they just, as somebody walking in, somebody walking out. But that just don't seem like the case here. I may be wrong, but from what I'm seeing, motherfuckers ain't leaving. I'm a reefer driver. Company is the same. Oh, same. Okay, cool. Do they allow glider trucks? I'm not sure. Who is that? Poker and Trucking. I'm not sure. Poker and Trucking. I don't see why not. But I don't know. Honestly, you would have to call. Just call and talk to recruiting. Call the number. I can't think of the number off the top of my head. I think it's like 847-635-3003, something like that. Option 2 for recruiting, and they'll tell you everything you need to know there. Would you be able to do a video on how you got to this point, like from start to finish? Would you be able to do a video on how you got to this point? Like, I mean, I could. It'd be a long ass video, but I definitely could. Long story less long. I took a chance on a career that I knew nothing about, and I just made a bunch of mistakes until something started to make sense. You know what I mean? But I mean, I could definitely go in detail to, company to company, my mindset at that time. It would just be a long, that would probably have to be like a 2 to 3 part video, honestly, or extremely long live feed. But I could do that, you know what I'm saying? I might do that, like a documentary type shit, you know what I mean? Because I tell you what, man, for me to only have been out here for going on 5 years, boy, I got some stories. I done been through some shit, man. I ain't even gonna hold y'all, man. Oh my God, from the trucking jobs to the people I've interacted with, to the groups I've been a part of, the cliques, oh my goodness. I could write a damn movie. You know what I mean? All these garbage movies they coming out with anyway. Shit, I can get a damn movie on Netflix. Shoot, for real. I run the port with 8 months experience making, making 8 to 1,200 weekly. Is that good? Hey man, if that's good for you, then it's good for me. What you mean? You know what I mean? Like, you gotta, you know what I mean? You gotta break that down to what are you trying to do? What are your plans? What are your goals? What's your 6-month plan? Your year plan? Your 2-year plan? Your 5-year plan? Is that the best place to execute that plan? You know what I mean? Like, it's really hard to tell somebody what's enough money for them. It really is. It's really, really, really hard for me to tell you how much is enough for you. I don't know your situation. You feel what I'm saying? So you gotta make that decision of what you trying to do. You know what I mean? Obviously, if you gotta ask that question, then somewhere in the back of your head, something registering like, man, maybe I could do a little better. So you done already, you know what I mean? You done already creep that door open a little bit. You looking through the peephole. You know what I mean? Because you starting to, you feel like that there's better out there. So Do your research. See what else is out there. See what else that may fit your situation that you can make more money doing it. Don't just jump out there and run to the first higher paying job you can find, because maybe that'll put you in a situation where you're doing something you don't want to do. You know what I mean? But there's plenty of money out here to be able to do what you want to do, how you want to do it, and make what you want to make doing it. So just take your time, research, man. You know what I mean? Like, don't rush into nothing. That's the best advice I give you. Don't rush into a motherfucker. I don't care how much they paying you. Don't rush into it. Because, you know what I mean? People in trucking will make you feel like this opportunity is the only opportunity that you're going to be able to get like this. That's bullshit. It's trucking. It's always going to, you know, don't get me wrong. VL Trucking is a great company. But I'm sure that there are other companies out there that are just as good as VL Trucking. Maybe not the exact same, but just as good, man. It's thousands of jobs out here. So my best advice to you would be, you know, obviously in the back of your head, you thinking you want to make more. Just start doing research, man. Take your time, but don't rush into a damn thing. You know, because rushing into something, trust me, it's not a path you want to go down. Make sure that your next move is your best move. So that's what I got. When someone told me I could make $3K a week as a company, I laughed and felt like it's too good to be true until I came here and seen for myself. VL is good, at least from what I can see so far. Hey, man, you feel me? Like, they think that we just they think we bullshitting. That's $10.99 though. You gotta tell them that $10.99. Some people, that's a big deal to some people, you know. But it's money, man. Like, I don't know what else you like. You know, what else you expect? That if you want a TV on your truck and you want, you know, some people require different things that we may not think is important, but is important to them. So for that reason, this might not be a place for them to come. You know what I mean? But if you just looking to make money, like if you like money and you like to run, then in my opinion, there ain't too many better situations from what I've seen than VL. I mean, you know what I mean? So that's from what I've seen. But again, you know, I can't speak for every trucking job out there. I just don't have that ability. You know what I mean? So it may be a job in Montana, or based out of Montana, or based out of Cali, or based out of New Jersey, that's just as great. But I just, you know what I mean? From what I've seen, you know, and I've been around, pause, but, you know, hey. VL just offered me position. Do you think I should go company or lease purchase? I want to go lease, but I'm a little scared. I would definitely recommend, from my experience, I would recommend at least doing 30 days as a company driver. Not because I think the lease is a scam or anything like that, but because I think you should come here and get a feel for the company first. Get a feel for your dispatcher, because these dispatchers here are a little different. You know, they can be very aggressive at times, and some people just may not be used to that. You know, some people are maybe used to like the, you know, the mega carrier dispatchers who are, you know, hey, how you doing, da, da, da. And are very, you know, these dispatchers sometimes, man, they might talk to you a little crazy. To be honest with you, like they about that business, they about that money. They don't care about your feelings, they don't care about none of that other shit. You know, so you know, I would say come here for 30 days, get a feel for how the company runs, get a feel for your dispatcher, get a feel for your truck. Then at your day 31, if you are still interested in leasing at that point, you can hit up recruiting and you can sign all your paperwork online if you want to stay on the truck that you're already in. So that would be my recommendation. That's how I did it, and it's worked out beautifully for me. You know, I mean, it couldn't have worked out better for me. But then I did a lot of extra research on my truck as well. I found out that my truck came from Martin Transport, and it's been kept in pretty good condition. I haven't really had any issues at all. The only thing I had to replace on this truck, I had to fix my APU, and I had the what was that shit? Was the valve, the air valve thing, whatever, like $200, $200-300. Besides that, knock on wood, I don't think I know wood in here, pause. I haven't had any issues with my truck. I got 413,998 miles on it, and I'm just gonna keep running it. You know, I'm pretty sure I got a service coming up here soon, but you know, I'm just gonna stay on top of everything and just take care of it. You know, That's the only thing with anything, like with any lease or whatever. Just the X factor is, I mean, the truck is gonna break down. It's not if it's gonna break down, it's going to. It's just a matter of having your bread to the side for that maintenance. You feel what I'm saying? That was another reason why I wanted to go 30 days as a company driver first, because I wanted to put a little bread to the side for maintenance. You know, I feel like, in my opinion, if you're gonna start with any amount of money in your maintenance account, you should have at least $5,000 over there. You know what I'm saying? Some people are gonna say 10, 15 grand, but you know, be honest with you, man, that's a lot of money to try to save up, especially as a company driver. If you're not a lease operator already, as a lease operator, that's not a lot of money to save. You can probably save that about 2 months. But as a company driver, it may take a little while. So if you are trying to make that move sooner rather than later, I would think that it's safe to go out there with $5,000 that you don't touch in your maintenance account. But your first, I would say honestly, your first 90 days of settlements and pay, you should be putting large chunks of money in your maintenance account, because you want to get that thing up to at least 15 grand as soon as possible. Honestly, I mean, honestly, like your first 90 days, you shouldn't be paying yourself damn near anything. I mean, honestly, throughout the entire, depending on how you want your business to grow, your lease to grow, you shouldn't be paying yourself shit anyways. But most definitely that first 90 days, unless you got some like major life changes you got to handle, like moving or like buying a car, some shit like that, or a baby on the way, you know, like my shit, a majority of your money that you make in the beginning is like, bro, pay yourself, like, you know, pay your house bills and give yourself like $150 a week, and then the rest of that money just throw it in the maintenance account. Because I mean, I'm not saying the truck gonna break down, but you sleep a lot better at night knowing that if anything go wrong on this bitch, any small thing go wrong. Because with $5,000, in my opinion, if somebody can correct me in the comments if I'm incorrect, speaking ignorantly, $5,000, it ain't gonna, you know, nothing major, like, you know, your engine trans shit like that, but like the little small nitpicky shit, airline leaks, you know, tires, shit like that, you know, 5,000 should cover most of that. Then 10,000, 15 is like for the bigger shit, you know, your DEF, you know, your transmission and engine may still have warranty depending on your truck. Like I still got a warranty on my transmission and my rear axles, but like my DEF and my engine is all on me if anything go wrong. So I don't know how I got there, but yeah. Pop in to give my dislike. Okay, I'm out. Okay, appreciate you. Appreciate it, proud of you. Appreciate that. Yeah, super weirdo. Are you on your... Nah, I'm not on 34. I don't think anyways. I'm waiting on the load. Waiting on the load. Just finished taking a shower. First load going to Phoenix, paying $4K. Hey, Mario, what I tell you, bro? What did you... Hey, Mario, did you do reefer or did you do dry van? I get so tired of being right. Shout out to Mario. I'm gonna go and give you a little... Boom, there you go, you badge. Company driving VL, are you on 1099 or so? What all can you write off? As a company driver at VL, yes, you are 1099. What can you write off? Man, what can you write off? Tools. What else? You got per diem. It's a list. I tell you, the best place to go and find that out, because I can't think it all off the top of my head, because I don't want to mix up the shit I write off as a lease op with company drivers. HT Logistics has a video where he explained it perfectly. I just don't know how old it is, but he explained it perfectly, the things that you are able to write off as a 1099 company driver, or just talk to an accountant, man, or talk to a like, you know what I'm saying, yeah, like a CPA or some shit like that. Have a conversation with them and ask them. But it's shit that you can write off, man. People make it seem like, you know, as a 1099 company driver, it's a scam and blah 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 blah. They don't know what the fuck they talking about. You know what I mean? That's just the truth. What up, Wayne? I see you. I'm going to put up and go get a truck. Okay. I'm going to go take the test to get CL permit on Friday. Any advice? Study. Study. Rubber dub. What up, Jay? What up, damn. What up, what's my man's name? Lloyd. What up, baby? How do you do your taxes as 1099 company driver? Hey, man, look, I am not a tax professional. So you gotta, you know what I mean? I'm not gonna get into the business of doing. Only thing I could tell you as a 1099 company driver is that my advice would be to you is to talk to an accountant. Talk to an accountant. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not up here to give any financial advice or tax advice, nothing like that. All I can tell you is, you know, get an LLC, you know, have VL pay your LL or whoever pay your LLC, and then pay yourself from your LLC, and you know you'll be fine. It's not nothing to be scared of. I'm not gonna get into the specifics of it because one, I'm not no expert in it to be up here giving advice on it, and two, it's not hard information to find out. It's just not. Just YouTube it, you know what I'm saying? Find some tax people in your area, talk to them about it, you know what I mean? And just do what you gotta do to get that information, you know what I mean? Oh, you went reefer? Okay, so 4K. That ain't bad, man. You might make me come over to the reefer side because you coming from there. So that's probably about what? How many miles? Like, about like 2,000 miles, ain't not even. You going to Phoenix. That's like 1,800 miles. Damn, you making over $2 a mile already? Headed westbound? Damn. See, look, I'm about to go and get a reefer. I'm about to go and get a reefer, goddammit. 1,800 with deadhead, and you making $4,000, hey, bro. That's over $2 a mile. Look, first load. Ain't that a joint? Corey, what's good, man? I'm waiting for them to bring my reefer to the yard. Okay, it must be in the shop then. You mentor people, or do you have an email I could reach out to you on? I like the way you think, and I'm trying to learn everything I can learn before I start making moves. You can hit my email, truckernamej@yahoo. Truckernamej@yahoo. I ain't nobody special though, man. A lot of the information I've gotten from just fucking shit up. To be honest with you, you know. But I'm just the guy. I'm just the guy that I don't mind bleeding on the table, man. I don't mind bleeding on the table. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't mind showing y'all my mistakes. That's all I've done for the last 4 or 5 years, is just bled on the table. Let everybody see me fuck up and see my wounds and see what I've done. So that way when I do, you know, and as I am now, find success, it's legit. It ain't no, you know, no, like, this ain't no, like, oh, this came out of nowhere. Like, nah, this was a long time coming. You know what I mean? Put up 20%. I don't know what that means. $2.07 a mile. Hopefully a lot was deadhead. What do you mean hopefully a lot was deadhead? How many trucks does VL have? Shit. Right now, I want to say it's like somewhere between 140 and 160. I don't know. Don't quote me on that. But somewhere in that range, like, or they might be up to 200. I know I think they said they want to get to 200. So I think it's somewhere like between there, like 140, 160, somewhere in that range. So again, they not a mega carrier. They more like a, you know, I wouldn't call them a mom and pop anymore. But they started off as like a fleet. They started off with 1-2 trucks, and they just kept growing. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I think like 140 to 160, somewhere like that. Let's see. Believe it or not, my brother, your honesty helps us a lot. Not too many YouTubers like you. I appreciate that, Corey. Therefore, I definitely have to reach out. Shit, a lot. What you mean a lot? What you talking about? Mario? That boy Mario, I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't think you was coming, cuz. You had me scared for a minute. I'm like, this nigga ain't went yet. He still like that. He don't want no money. My man, it came and got him a bag. Shout out to you, man. Shout out to you. Shout out to you. Yeah, they do got. I was gonna say, I think it's somewhere between like 140 and 160. Because I know when they bought all these Freightliners, they bought like 60 or 70 of these joints at one time. Because I think I don't know if all these Freightliners came from Martin, but I think they did. I think they did, because you look at the color scheme of them. There's real dark royal blue, and then that light blue. Martin has that same color in their trucks as well. And I know what the fuck is in my eye? When I called Truck Country and did my research on my truck, they said it was a Martin truck, so I would assume yours is too, or all these Freightliners is. No, I had to leave the correct way. Oh, okay, I feel that. I can respect that. You know me. Them niggas wouldn't have known I quit until I was already in the truck. You know what I mean? I don't be, you know what I'm saying? Have you seen a change in miles since switching to lease versus company? Are you happy with your decision? I'm very happy with my decision. Very, very, very happy. Have I seen a difference in mileage? No. I was running as a company driver. I did a live feed. It's probably about 3 weeks old now, right before I went home for 15 days. You know, they say you can't do that as a lease driver. You can't go home for longer than a couple days, you know, depending on the lease you in. But I went home for 15 days and ain't seen a negative check. But anyways, in that live feed, you gotta find, I think it's I don't know what it's titled. I think it's titled I can't think of what it's titled, but I broke down my last tour when I came out for 4 weeks and ran. And I think, long story less long, I ran an average of 3,500 miles a week as a lease operator that last go around. And excuse me, if I would have been a company driver, I would have made like 10 grand in that month. Obviously, I made more as a lease op, but yeah, no difference in miles. It's like the freight is the freight. You know what I mean? I honestly think that this company is running the company drivers the same as the lease operators, because the dispatchers are paid off commission, to my understanding. So I believe they get paid the same no matter what. They're trying to make the truck as much money as they can because they're getting a commission of what the truck makes, to my understanding. And I'm sure that they have performance bonuses, just like, you know, I would expect any commission-based job to have. So it doesn't really, again, all the people that have come here because of me, I try to keep in contact with them, whether via email, text. Mario was one that has come here because of me. You know, I done been through too much bullshit with companies to just be trying to get somebody screwed for a quick buck. You know, nah, it don't work like that for me. You know what I mean? So a lot of the people that have come here, I keep in contact, and ain't nobody got no complaints. Like, again, that's why I say it seems too good to be true, but nobody has any complaints. You know what I'm saying? They come, they start running, they make money, they happy. They go home, come back out, make money, they happy. So it's not rocket science, man. It's not no special arrangement, none of that. It's just straight up and down. How bad do you want it? How hard are you willing to work to get it? And how long are you going to work consistently to keep getting it? You know what I mean? I think those be the companies where you can make good money with trucks between 100 to 500. That makes sense. I ain't messing with you, girl. Yeah, 100 to 500. Yeah, so we're definitely underneath 500. What up, Corey? What you laughing at, Corey? My truck is white. I need to do the research. Yeah, hey, did you make the move yet, bro? Hey, oh yeah, hey, look. Hey, you gotta hit me up too, bro. I'm gonna text you. Hey, bro, them numbers going up, cuz. We almost at that 8, you know what I mean? Hey, hey, we, you know what I'm talking. Hey, man, we want me, you know what I mean? Hey, but that blue magic, boy. Once that word get out, boy, they want that blue magic. Hey, VL told me they fighting them off with it. Hey, bro, like I ain't gonna cap to y'all, man. VL told me like, yo, what are you telling people? They like, yo, what are you saying to these people? I'm like, bro, I'm not selling nothing. I'm just telling them the truth. Yo, it's to the point now, because some people have hit up the company and they've been bullshit. So like you got some people, and I don't know why people do this shit. They act like they're gonna come to the company and VL booked the plane ticket and they don't show up. So now VL done wasted, with them plane tickets, you don't get that money back. So they doing it now to where if you serious, you gonna have to pay for your own plane ticket, because people have ruined it, because so many people say, well, I'm gonna come, they do the application and sign up for orientation, and then they then bought the plane ticket, and now there nobody show up. So VL like, fuck, so they say it's gonna be on a case-by-case basis, but it's gonna be where, your plane ticket, if you pay for it, they may or may not reimburse it on your first settlement, just because people have ruined it, because it's like they say the phone is ringing, but everybody ain't serious. I'm here to tell you, man, if you don't call this company if you ain't serious, man, because they're very serious about the money, and a lot of these contracts and relationships that they have with these customers of this freight that we pulling, like this shit is serious to them. You know what I mean? So when I came here serious. I came here ready to work. I think that's why we just vibed out, and it's just. But if you come in here on some bullshit, you ain't gonna last long. I had to come here and change the way I looked at shit and the way I was thinking about shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just gotta be serious about this shit, man. Some people are like, oh my God, I gotta pay for my own way there. Hey, bro, if you saw the money that we was making over here, I promise you that whatever money you pay for that plane ticket or for that bus ticket, you ain't gonna miss it. I promise you. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. In the first 30 days of you running for this company, you ain't even gonna think about that little transportation money you paid to get to the terminal. That's if you can get in, because like I said, they're running out of trucks, man. It's just, again, people are coming here and they're not fucking leaving. So, again, you might watch this video 2 weeks from now and you go put the application in, they're gonna be like, hey, if you got a team, cool, because, they paying the teams. Because what it is they getting these Volvo 780s, and they want to put teams in those trucks, because those trucks really are designed for teams. I mean, if you've been inside of a Volvo 780, those trucks are fucking huge. They're like condos on wheels. Those trucks are huge. I was in one way back at Abilene, so I know exactly how big they were cost. So they're putting teams in those, and I think they have like new team contracts. I can't remember if it was FedEx or UPS, but they're paying teams 78 cents to the truck. You split the miles. I just told you my last tour, I was doing 3,500 miles solo. So if I'm doing 3,500 miles solo, what you think these teams doing? You know what I mean? So, man, listen, man, okay. Especially, you gotta think about this. Imagine being a team and getting like one of these essential loads. Like, imagine being a team and picking up a load of hand sanitizer out of the LA County area, and you ain't even got to go on duty for that joint. You can do that whole shit personal conveyance. So you can go from somewhere like Cali to, let's say, Indiana with a hazmat load of hand sanitizer as a team, and get that bitch there in like a day and a half and never have to go on duty. So this is the way I be thinking about shit. If I had a teammate, you know what I mean, I'd do it. But, I don't got nobody I want to be in a truck with that long with. Not even, I ain't built for that. I ain't built for that. Unless it's maybe my wife, but she ain't driving no truck. She too busy at the crib homeschooling our son, getting ready to give birth to our other son. So she, we ain't, nah. But yeah, man, I ain't trying to sell nothing. The game is the game. The brick is the brick. You know what I mean? I ain't gotta have it. You don't see too many, like, if you come from an area that I come from, you don't hear too many advertisements about like, you know what I mean, certain shit. You just know where to go to get it. You feel me? So ain't no dope boys out here advertising. Buy one get one free. No, nigga, you just know where to go to get it. And that's just kind of what VL is like. You ain't gonna see them plastered all over billboards or advertising all over the place. It's just getting to the point now where they just word of mouth, and everybody who's speaking on them is like, yo, this where the bag at. For real, for real. Let's see, where we at? Bro, I'm glad I left my company. I've lost 30 pounds and now I'm training for jiu-jitsu tournament. Okay, salute. Are you a trainer yet? Nah, I'm a CDL instructor, but I mean, I'll never train on the road again. I'll never say never, but I'll never train on the road again. Do you think VL, that shit nice. Do you think VL will keep their drivers busy January, February, March when freight gets slow? To my understanding, they will. I guess, I'm gonna be off in January. Like, I'm taking the entire month of January off. You know what I mean? Just because, that's when my son is due. But to my understanding, from the drivers that have been here from last winter, they said they stayed moving. They said, from my understanding, to all the drivers that I talked to, they said that they stayed moving up until the coronavirus got bad. When the coronavirus got bad, that's when they said their rates dropped. They was making like $4,000 a week gross. You know what I'm saying, for the coronavirus. But, and that's when this company ended up going to the $1,600 salary for company drivers because of that. But besides that, they kept moving. And worst come to worst, I know for me, if it get bad, like some people think that it's gonna get bad because it's driving. But I think having the hazmat changes it well from what I've seen. You know what I mean? But they got reefers here, so it ain't nothing to switch trailers and be like, hey, I want to go get a reefer. You know what I mean? I just go from 80% gross to 78% gross. But I just don't think that's gonna happen. I don't. But we'll see. We shall see. I'm about to snatch all your hazmat. When it gets cold, all that goes in a reefer to be kept warm. Hey, guess what I'm gonna go get? Guess what I'm gonna go snatch? A reefer. Hey, you ain't said nothing but a word. VL didn't pay for mine. They didn't pay for you. Oh, they didn't pay for you. What they didn't pay for you? Oh, your ticket. Yeah. They recently changed that. Have you experienced terrible backing areas or some? I'm gonna be honest with you, Shawnee. Like, like, listen, man. I don't brag about a lot, but I'm nice with this back and shit. So it's something that may be hard to one dude. Pause. It's just not hard to me. Let me knock on wood, because I'll say that and then go back into some shit tomorrow. But nah, honestly, no. I haven't really experienced a lot of difficult back-ends. Most places I'm going to are warehouses. Maybe not super big warehouses, but warehouses where they have a dock and places to pull into. So I haven't really experienced nothing super crazy. So VL is keeping me moving. Also, I try to read 2 comments at once. VL been keeping me moving. I've put over 11,000 miles on the truck in 3 weeks. Hey, man, there you go. Hey, Joe, are you a lease op or a company driver? That's what I love, man. I really love it when other people speak on, the situation, because I don't want to just be up here like, oh, blah 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 blah. You know what I mean? I really love to see like you got like 3 other VL truckers in here. Mario, my boy Bounty Boy, shout out to him, and then Joe. So you got 3 other drivers besides me in here. Mario just came over to the lease as a reefer lease driver. I'm not sure if my boy Bounty Boy has leased yet, but he been here since January, I think he just said. Yeah, starting in January, never not had a load. You know what I mean? So it's just money team, baby. You know what I mean? Did you put over 11,000 miles in 3 weeks? You did not put over 11,000 miles in 3 weeks. That's not cap. That's not cap. It's not cap. It's not. It's not cap. Because you got to think about it. Like, the way it works sometimes is 1 week, you may have a load. Like, our pay period ends on Tuesday at noon. So he may have had a load that went over the weekend, and he may have delivered it Tuesday, but after 12. So that whole load now goes into that pay period. So it might have been some overlapping, but even still, what's 11,000 divided by 3? I mean, 3,500, 7. That's not, I don't think that's unrealistic. I really don't. Because I averaged about 3,500 miles. Again, my last 4 weeks, I averaged about 30. And I had a week where I did 4,000 miles in a week. It was that, I think it was, matter of fact, it was the load where, I can't remember what the load, I think it was the one I went from PA to Cali for like 2,900 miles. And then I did another load on top of that. And I did 4,000 miles in a week here. So, like, it's believe me, it's no cap. We have no reason to lie at this point. I've been here 3 months. I have no reason to keep lying. There's no reason to lie at this point. Like, you know what I mean? Some people say, oh, you lying for the referral bonus. The referral bonus is nice, but the money that I'm making to the truck is more than enough to, you know what I'm saying? And then on top of that, again, we about to run out of trucks. So I don't know, like, it's just hard because it's like, again, in trucking, we have been conditioned to where so many people are lying, so many people are bullshitting, so many people are fronting, so many people just say whatever without anybody ever, you know, asking for paperwork or asking for any type of confirmation. So now people just hear things and they think it's just bullshit, and it's not. It's just not, you know what I mean? Like, I know a local driver that's making $8,000 a week. Some people think that's bullshit, but go look at his YouTube. Call Me Cooley. He's an owner-operator with 2 trailers. He's making $8,000 a week, Monday through Friday, off on Saturday, Sunday. Like, everything ain't bullshit. We just been conditioned because so many of these YouTubers be up here bullshitting, but everything ain't bullshit. How long have you been at VL? Almost 3 months. Company right now. I'm switching to lease very soon. Okay, word. Do you have to have hazmat to be a company driver at VL? It helps. It helps, especially now because their trucks are getting scarce. It's definitely going to help a lot. A lot of the customer freight that they have is hazmat loads. So I would say you don't need it, but it'll help drastically. You know, I know that the team drivers don't need it. If you come in with a team, you don't need it. But reefer and dry van, it helps. That's the most I can tell you. 11K isn't that difficult here? Not at all. Can you go directly to lease purchase to start off, or do you have to start off as a coach? No, you can go directly to lease purchase. I just recommend doing 30 days just to understand the flow of the company and how it works. But I mean, really, VL Trucking really is like one of those companies that if you own a truck and you just want to lease on, you can do that. They just so happen to have company drivers, a lease program, and you know, you can bring your own truck here. And I know people that's doing all three. I know people that's company drivers here. I know myself, I'm a lease operator, and I know a guy like Tom to Shine. He always being here. He actually has his own truck through a third party, and he's leased on here. So you can do one of the three. 11K isn't difficult, huh? It's not. Can you bring your own truck over to VL? Do you have to? No, you can definitely bring your own truck over. You can, I mean, from my understanding from recruiting, you got people here with fleets, you know what I mean, like 2-3 trucks here. You got people with paid off trucks. It's a carrier. It's a carrier. I've had essential loads too. My odometer don't lie. Just because you aren't moving is not my. Yeah, Joe. They don't know about them essentials. Hey, he ain't told a lie there. Hey, he ain't told a lie with them essential loads. Going from LA to Warshaw, Indiana. Clock ain't going duty not once. You know what I mean? I did a load, paid me $5,000, and I did a 34 taking that load just to turn around. Even though I ended up going home after that. But yeah, you don't know about them essentials. Hey, but hey, you know what? We lying, bro. We ain't making no money. Other than that, my first rough week when I started. All my miles since been 34 and up weekly. Thought 1% of referral gross is not enough to make you want to lie. Come on, Mario. You know what I mean? It's not. It's just not. I promise y'all it's not. Now maybe 5 to 10%. Y'all might be up here kicking some whales, buck dancing and and all that shit, but not for 1%. 1% is enough to like help with the truck payment every once in a while. You know what I mean? Like if I want to stay home for an extra day or two, I don't gotta stress about my truck payment because the referral bonus that I get will pay my truck payment. That's it. But I'm not, you know, like I know some of these companies, like I know some YouTubers who didn't pay the truck off referral bonuses at Prime. We ain't gonna get into the specifics of that, but I'm not making that type of referral here. I promise you. I wish I was, shit, but nah. I'm making enough to, you know, maybe take care of a truck payment every now and then. You know what I'm saying? If I want to stay home alone, that's why I was able to. Honestly, that's why I was able to go home for 15 days, because that second week I was home, was the referral bonus kicks in. You get paid your referral the second paycheck of the month, which is coming Friday. So that pay period, that second week I was home, that pay period was the pay period for this check coming this Friday, which is the second check of this month. So my referrals is gonna hit that. So all that's gonna do is take care of my truck payment. That's it. That's it. Nothing major. I'm not gonna be, you know what I mean? I'm not gonna be like a driver recruiter where you'll see me more at the house than you do in the truck. It ain't like that. I promise you. I wish it was, but it's not. So, what kind of equipment is available for lease? I would assume Freightliners is what I would assume. But I don't know. I don't have that information right here in front of me. But I would assume Freightliners. That's what they have been leasing out of recent. I don't know if they're leasing out the Volvos, because like I said, those Volvos were brought on for teams more so than solo drivers. So you would have to call recruiting and ask that what they have available. Are they getting more trucks? I would imagine so, because they're definitely looking to expand. I can't give you a timetable on that. I just don't know. You know, I don't even know if they know. I don't think they, you know, thought that they was going, you know, grow this fast. But you know, I don't know. I started driving at 4 Saturday morning, stopped, and one day I ran 1,238 miles in that time period. Hey man, them essentials. They don't know about them essentials. Those just be clutch. Some new solo guy just got a. Oh, he did get a. Okay, word. There is a few Freightliners in Des Plaines, Illinois, right now. Okay, yeah, Mario just came from out there. Oh, so maybe they do. Maybe they got some left. Go get them. You better get them while they hot. Because I can tell you now, the reason I would recommend this batch that just came in is because, like I say, they came from Martin. So, and look, it's a Martin Kenworth sitting right here beside me. But based off the information that I've done on Martin don't run their trucks hard. Martin does not run their trucks hard. Actually, from my understanding, Martin is more dedicated and regional than anything. So, I mean, and you know, with this truck, I had to get the idle, like it had to, like where it would idle off, it would turn the idle, it would like cut off. I had to get that turned off. So I know this truck hasn't idled a lot. So I hopefully, knock on wood again, I shouldn't have too many DEF problems, like at least no time soon, hopefully, but we'll see. But yeah, so that's why I speak highly of this batch of trucks that they have now, because I know where it came from. I did the research and know Martin. So the next batch, who knows where they may come from? Who knows? You know, that's the one X factor. The X factor with trucking, man. Like, it's just trucks and maintenance. That's just one thing. I don't care what company you go to. You go to the best company in the fucking world when it comes to trucking, but you can get the shittiest truck and it'd be the worst experience ever. Or you can get the best truck maintenance wise and go to the shittiest company, but you'll still do better than the person with the shitty truck. You know what I'm saying? So that's the X factor with all this shit, no matter what you decide to do. Hell, as a company driver, you ain't worried about maintenance, but I mean, if you ain't moving, you ain't making no money. You know, maintenance and the truck is the X factor to all this shit. So, oh, you still there? Okay. Can you explain how you mail in the paperwork, bill of lading? What's the process? Very simple. If you go to any truck stop, Pilot, Loves, Flying J, Petro, TA, some mom and pops have them as well. I don't know what's in my eye, but God, dog. They have what's called a trip pack. TRIPPAK. Trip pack. You go to the register. You ask them, hey, I want to get a trip pack. It's like $26.99. On the trip pack, you have a sheet that you'll fill out. You put out your information, your address or your business address, and then you fill out VL Trucking's information and their mailing address in Illinois, and you take all your bill of ladings that you have gotten from the first. Normally, the best way to mail them in is mail them in by the 15th and the 30th. So like the 13th and like say the 28th. And whatever you have, you put it in there. You seal, close it, like seal it, spill or stick it, and it's like a yellow container. Normally they're by like the front door or like the front entrance of the truck stop or whatever. And you just put it in there, and they'll have that shit in like a day and a half. Like it depends. If you put it in there before the cutoff time for that day for them to pick it up, they'll have it the next day. If you don't get it off until like, let's say it like they pick the mail up at 4 and you put it in there at 4:30, they probably won't get it until like you put it in there Tuesday. They might not get it till Thursday. But it's just like an overnight service, and it's that simple. It's simple, nothing hard, you know. And if you're a company driver, they reimburse you the $26.99, you know, that you paid for it. If you're a lease op, obviously, you know, it's business, so you know you don't get reimbursed for that, but you get to write it off, you know. So yeah, very simple, very, very simple. However, as far as from load to load, we use Cam Scanner, another simple app to use. As soon as you get unloaded and get your paperwork signed, you take a picture of it, share it, send it to their email. I always just put the trip, you know, I'll say from freaking Newport News, Virginia to Williamsburg, California, whatever. And then I'll just put my name and my truck number in the subject field, or maybe I'll put it in the actual body of the email and send it that way. And pretty simple. Accounting does a great job on Mondays, or Mondays, because the pay period ends Tuesday at noon. They do a great job of letting your dispatch know, hey, they didn't send in the paperwork for this, this, and this, you know, and then you know, they'll let you know, and you'll send it in then. But as far as the trip pack, you want to send that in at least twice a month, by the 15th and the 30th. If you don't send it in on time, they can hold your check. Yes, because the actual hard copy bill of lading is how they get paid. You feel what I'm saying? For most cases with these brokers and customers and shit like that, if you know how the other side work, they need that physically to get paid. So if you don't send it in so where they can get paid, they're not going to pay you. So make sure you stay on top of that. Set you an alarm on your phone for the 13th and the 28th or the 27th or whatever, and just know when that alarm goes off, okay, sometime today at the end of my shift, I need to go get this trip pack. You know, 5 minutes, write it down, take your paperwork, put it in there, boom, you good. Don't let that be the reason you don't get a check. That you be up here mad because you thought your check was about to be $3,200 and you ain't getting nothing because you ain't sent your trip pack in. That will happen. Don't be that guy. I'm here too, getting a PM on the truck and a few things fixed on the truck. Okay. Freightliner Volvo for lease is what recruiter said to me today. That sounds about right. Yep. I would recommend the Freightliners, because I've had bad experience with Volvos as a company driver, so I just, you know. But if you want to do Volvo, salute to you. They don't, and they definitely won't idle. I did 2 years there. They maintain the equipment pretty well. Okay, yeah, that's what I pretty much the gist of what I've been getting told, Elvin, with Martin. Martin, I think, is second to maybe only Prime with the condition that they keep their trucks in. I think Prime, when you think of like Primes, you think of Martin, you think of maybe like Schneider, maybe, as far as companies that keep their trucks in pretty great condition. Like you see them on the interstate and they just always look immaculate. So my truck idle from the time I started. Lago showed me how to do it. Okay. Who's your dispatcher at VL? Oh, I don't know if I can give you that. I don't know if I can give you that information. Hey, man, I got the best to ever do it over there. You know what I mean? So, I don't know, man. You know what I mean? I can't give you everything. You know, I done gave y'all a lot. I don't know if I can get here. You know what I'm saying? The only reason I don't want to put my dispatcher out there as of right now is just because he told me if I bring people here or I bring somebody here who like run like me, to send them his way. But I just don't know. Everybody ain't built to run that way that he run me. Pause. But yeah, my dispatcher, man, he wanted to, you know what I mean, just go ask him who the best dispatcher is, and then they'll probably say his name. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Shout out to my dispatcher. He know who he is. Rita is my dispatcher. She is the bomb. Okay, word. Desmond Dykes. What'd he say? I ain't see what Desmond Dykes say. Oh well. Let's see what this Artie must be the bomb if you're doing 11,000 miles in 3 weeks. And he won't let that shit go. He won't let that shit go. He won't let that 11,000 miles in 3 weeks go. Yeah, we lying. He driving, so his dispatch don't matter. What that mean? What that mean, Mario? Look, Mario been there 15 minutes already talking shit. Already talking shit. But nah, like, I don't know, man, like, cause I was thinking about that reefer shit, but like per the information I was getting, reefer ain't doing nothing but pulling the same shit driving hazmat doing for the most part. And I just don't miss them reefer unload and delivery times, man. I'm cool with the 3 a.m. all that screw driving. Y'all got jet fuel in them trucks. Yeah, you right, bro. Jet fuel, yup. Got jet fuel in them bank accounts too, but you know, you ain't hear that from me. Anyways, he said forget driving. What you mean, bro? What do you mean? What you mean, bro? But yeah, man, that's it, man. You know, I just wanted to come up here and hey Joe, man, you know, hey bro, I'm not up here trying to prove nothing to nobody, bro. You know what I'm saying? I ain't up here trying to prove nothing to nobody. Do you get pulled into scales a lot? I haven't, knock on wood, specifically. But I have seen, like, they send out newsletters. And when they send out newsletters, they show, what drivers be getting violations for. So I guess it just depends. But me, myself, I haven't gotten pulled in yet. And I hope not to get pulled in no time soon. But, you know, I do pretty good pre-trips, I believe. So hopefully we'll just keep pushing that off. Keep pushing that inspection off. So old boy getting, hey man, bro, ain't no reason. Hey Mario, ain't no reason to be mad, bro. Ain't no reason for him, you know what I mean? People like that don't matter, cuz. What you mean, bro? You know what I mean? Hey, bro, Mario, trust me, my brother. You listen to me. You came to the money team. Hey, bro, fret not. There is no reason to be worried about these niggas on YouTube. I promise you. You gonna see. Hey, give about 30 days. You ain't gonna give a not about what a not motherfucker say about what we got going on. You feel what I'm talking about? So that's just the truth. So don't. Hey, bro, you right, bro. I'm running 1,300 miles a week. I ain't making no damn money. What was I thinking? Oh my God, I should have stayed in the port. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. How heavy you run with hazmat? It depends, really, man. I mean, a lot of times it's just, I would say regular shit, like 25,000. The heaviest I've been was maybe like 36,000 pounds. But I normally stay between 25 and 35,000 pounds. That's not too heavy to me, you know. Yeah, I haven't really got anything over 40,000 pounds. It's normally like about 25 to I mean, hell, I had one load one time that was like 2,600 pounds. I took that bitch 2,900 miles. The mileage was more than the weight. That was that load from PA to Cali, but yeah, for the most part, I would say I average between about 25 to 35,000 pounds. Nothing crazy. I really don't gotta. I don't really purchase a lot of weight scale tickets. I don't really have to, like, because the weight be light. It's like I don't even have to, honestly. So that's that's definitely a perk to me. I don't have a reason to lie. I don't refer anyone. I'm just happy to find VL through Jay. Appreciate you, Joe. Hey, man, I just handled what need to be handled. All that reckless typing. Yeah, you know how it is, man. They gotta find. People always gonna have to find a reason to just talk shit. Because they some people just aren't used to certain things. Some truck drivers they're used to trucking jobs where they're running like 25 to 2,800 miles a week, and their trucks are governed at like 65 miles an hour. So you got to think at it from that mindset. So from that mindset, yes, the miles that we talking about seem ridiculous to them, because it's like governed at 65 miles an hour and running regional. Like, it would be retarded for you to run over 3,500 miles a week. But running the way that we run, it's just another day in office. You know what I mean? So it just and BL Trucking doesn't really play the short hop game unless you request it. Like if you tell them like, yo, I don't want to go past here, I just want to stay out for like 2 weeks and then go back home. Which if you're gonna do that, I wouldn't recommend leasing. Well, I mean, you could. It just would be a little more stressful. If you're not willing to stay out for 3 to 5 weeks, I say 3 to 5 because I wouldn't need to stay out 5. At least 3 weeks at a time. If you're not willing to stay out for at least 3 weeks at a time, don't lease. If you're trying to just run 2 weeks and go home, I wouldn't recommend leasing, because it's just gonna be you're gonna put yourself in a very stressful situation, in my opinion, with a weekly lease payment. Now, if you have a monthly, a little different, but I mean, you might can be able to make that work here, because I mean, like, even like I'm going home and I'm going home in 2 weeks. I've been out here now almost a week. Yeah, tomorrow will make a week, but I'm going home in 2 weeks because I'm moving. We moving into our new spot. Knock on wood, nothing crazy happened between now and then, but I'm gonna go home, move us. And mind you, I just went home for 15 days. I ran 4 weeks, went home for 2 weeks in a day. Now I'm out here about to run like maybe three weeks in 2 days, and then I'm gonna go home probably for like 5 days. And the week I go home, whatever that load is will pay me for that week, so I'll be good. And then I won't miss a beat, because I'll go home on a pay period. So let's say I get home on like I say, the pay period ends on a Tuesday at 12 noon. So if I get home Wednesday or Thursday with a load paying say $2,000 or $3,000, that check will be still about $1,000 to $1,500 for that week, and then the pay period starts that next Tuesday. So if I go home, let's say I get home on a Thursday, making $2,000 for that week so far. That ends on that next Tuesday. Out of that $2,000, depending on how I feel, I'll probably make $1,000. You know what I'm saying? Then I get home Thursday. I'm home Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night, Monday night, Tuesday night. So I can either leave out Tuesday or Wednesday. So I'll either be home 5 or 6 days, start that next pay period, and already have a fresh week. So I'll never have a negative settlement, because I came home on $2,000 or $3,000, whatever I go home on. So that's, and for me, when I go home, I'm not looking to make a lot of money when I go home. You know what I mean? So any money that I can make is a plus to me. As long as I'm not in the negatives coming out or going home, I'm Gucci with that. Some people feel different. Some people want to be able to make a certain amount of money going home and blah blah blah. I respect it for what it is, man. If when I'm out here and I'm running, I'm gonna run. But when I got some shit to do, that's the whole point of me leasing a truck and being an owner operator, period, is to be able to do what I want, when I want to do it, how I want to do it. That to me is worth more than money. That freedom is worth more than money to me. So if I want to only come out here for 3 weeks because I got something I need to do, that is the freedom that I am, that I have, because of all the extra responsibility that I have. And I can still make a decent amount of money in them 3 weeks. I'll still make an undisclosed amount of money, and I'll go home, not miss a beat, come back out, and just get back to it. I'm cool with that. The lightest load I've had is 8,000 pounds. All my other loads were around 40,000. Okay. Do you go to New York City? Is it forced? No, it's not forced dispatch at all. However, me and my dispatcher have an arrangement. Like, I trust him at this point. And that goes back to when I was telling people, like, to come here the first 30 days as a company driver to build and establish a relationship with your dispatcher. That first 30 days as a company driver for me was pivotal to, my relationship with my dispatcher. So, like, normally the situation is the dispatchers has to get your permission before booking a load, where it's to the point now where he already kind of know, like, unless I'm trying to go home, I'm cool. Like, book that shit. You know what I mean? Book it for somebody else take it. You know what I mean? So, but no, it's no forced dispatch on the owner-operator side. Company driver side is a little different. I believe it is. I think it is forced dispatch on the company side. I don't know. But they never gonna give you no bullshit though, you know what I mean? Like, that's, so it's just kind of hard to, I don't know. So, but no, I don't go to New York State. Maybe upstate New York, but no New York City. I don't go no boroughs. I did that. You can have that shit. I go home next week. That'll be week 4 at VL before going home. Okay. Yeah. So I mean, that's just, you know what I mean. Like I say, it's not bad, man. It's really not. It's not bad. Like, I'm trying to think, like, some actual cons. What are some cons? I just don't know. I mean, I like night driving. Do you think that possible at VL? I don't see why not. Especially if you decide to do reefer. I don't see why not. I was about to say Skim D. Debbie Dev used to be Skim D. That's all she did when she was here, according to her videos, was night driving. Night driving helps a lot too because you're doing hazmat. So, driving with a hazmat load at night, you're less likely to go through scales because the scales are normally closed at that time of the night, depending on what time you're driving. So, even though, like I said, I haven't had much experience with getting pulled in to a scale. Yeah, so I like driving during the day though. I've been driving 2 years and I'm leaving to go to VL. Come on to the money team. The fuel card is the only con. Yeah, okay, the fuel card. Yeah, okay, there you go. That's a good one. We don't get no fuel discount, no fuel surcharge, none of that. So that is a con. Thank you, Mario, because I don't want to be like up here trying to front on no shit or like oversell, but I don't see anything wrong with the fuel card situation, but some people may see that as an issue, like no fuel discount and all that shit. Some people, like, they don't have a, like, depending on the type of lease that you used to, they don't have, like, the time off accounts, the maintenance accounts. Like, there's some, like, from my experience, mega carrier leases will set up, like, they'll have you a maintenance account set up. They'll have you a time off account set up. They don't have that here. You got to do all that shit on your own. Some people may like that, some people may not. You know what I mean? Some people may need their handheld a little more than others because they're still trying to get adjusted to this side. Some people just like, yo, I'm cool, I can do it on my own. You know what I mean? So that may be a con. No maintenance account, no time off account, nothing like that. And, what else may be a con? Automatic trucks. If you don't like automatic trucks, then that may be a con. The way that they can talk to you at times, sometimes I'm telling you, man, they're very blunt at times, and it's not personal. It's just when you about that business and you into it, you know what I mean? So that can be a con for people who aren't used to people speaking bluntly to them and not caring about their feelings. I will say, as a company driver, the home time is a little different. That was another big reason why I decided to lease, because, like, as a company driver, they really don't want you going home longer than 4 days, 3 to 4 days. Even if you stay out for a long period of time, they don't want you going home longer than 4 or 5 days. They just want the truck to keep moving. That was an issue I had with the company side. But if you only like to run 3 weeks out, 4 weeks out, and then go home for 3-4 days, then you won't have an issue with that anyways. But if you like me and you like to run, longer to go home longer, or not have to run longer and still go home longer, like now I can run 4 weeks instead of go home for 2 weeks, shit. that may be a con that you may have. But besides that, man, I mean, I guess now you got to pay for your way here. Some people may look at that as a con, but to me, because I know the money you're gonna make on the other side of that, it's just it doesn't matter how bad do you want it. You know what I mean? Like, how bad do you want it? That's really it, man. You know what I'm saying? As far as cons, I can't really think of nothing else that I feel is a con. $5,000 to walk away from the lease. Some people may look at that as a con. You're responsible for all maintenance, but that's just leasing. Depending on the truck may not come with the truck may not come with a warranty, depending on what truck. But I mean, mine has one still on the transmission and the rear axles, not on the engine and the emissions though. So that may be a con to some people. But I mean, used truck's a used truck. You know what I mean? It just you got to figure out what's best for you, man. You got to figure out what's best for you, honestly. I need that dispatcher info. Hey, bro. I don't know about that one. I might got to charge for that one, boy. Hey, bro. My dispatcher doing so good, bro. Like, they had to get my dispatcher an assistant. You heard me. I'm talking about, he called me, he was happy as hell. He called me, he got off work. He was like, hey, man, how you doing, man? The family good? I'm like, yeah, what's up, man? You great? Like, man, listen, man. I just want to thank you and all the other drivers, man. They gave me the highest dispatcher of the month award. I got an assistant now. He was hype as hell. So like, you know what I mean? Like, that's the one thing I say about this company, man. Like, I ain't gonna say they reward you, because you getting rewarded already with bread, but like they take care of you. You know what I mean? Like, they really, like, as long as you running, they keep feeding you. You ain't gonna never like have a moment, from what I've experienced and what I've seen other people say so far, unless the market permits it, you ain't gonna never be sitting there starving. If anything, you gonna be like, hey, bro, look, just give me a little short haul next load, man. Let me just relax. I'm on some shit like for real. That's why, like, if you go find that live feed I was talking about when I was on my way home, anyways. Is anybody about to come up on my truck? Hold tight, y'all. Hold tight. Well, he got a menu. Appreciate it. Oh, they got a piece of joint. Look. Gave me a little piece of joint. We delivered to all truck stops. That's crazy. Anyways. What was I saying? Fuck, that shit made me lose my train of thought. What was I just saying, yo? I forgot. Just that fast. Oh yeah, my dispatcher, like, yeah, like they reward you here, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it'll be a situation. That's why I was saying. And like the live feed, when I was on the way to the crib, I was just drained. I was mentally tired. I was exhausted, because they run you, man. Like, they run you. You feel me? So, man, Joe Taro put me on. You getting a lot of mine. He ain't the only one getting mine. Talk to Richie. He'll help you out. Jay, I haven't been to Cali yet. I know you live in Cali. Hey, man, I'm out here. You know what I'm saying? I'm out here. If you see me, say what's up. Just make sure you come with good intentions, because I return the energy that you bring to me. So, I had a couple people hit me and see me out here and was like, yo, what's up? What you do? You know what I mean? I had some other people do some fuck shit. You know what I mean? So, I ain't gonna never stop moving and shaking, bro. If you see me and you want to try something, try your luck. See what happens. Anyways, have you ever thought about getting another Volvo? Nah, I never get another Volvo, ever. And I'm not saying that Volvos are bad trucks, but it's just almost like, I've dated white girls before, but I'll never date another white girl. And it's, you know what I mean? It's just preference at this point. I'll never drive another Volvo. I'll never date another white girl. I mean, I've never dated another female ever again anyway, so I'm married, but I'm just saying, if I was single, I would never date another white girl. Like, it's just, you know what I mean? Just once you experience certain things, like, you know what I mean? It's just like, nah, I'm cool. I just had that shit put me through, like, them I went through like 3 Volvos at Abilene, man. All of them had the same electrical problems. All of them had electrical problems, you know, and I'm cool. I'm cool. Beautiful trucks, spacious. You know, I'm not knocking nobody who got one, but I just had such bad experience with them. I would never get in another one. I would never pay for one anyways. Do you put money aside for your taxes? Do you have someone to handle that? I mean, that's kind of I'm still like, I don't even know how to answer that. Like, I'm obviously putting money to the side. I mean, as an owner operator, you shouldn't be touching all the money that you're making. Like, you know, all the money that go to your business, you should only really be trying to touch, I mean, honestly, like less than 30% of that, in my opinion. I mean, depending on your living expenses, but like if I look at what I can make monthly, and then I look at what my expenses is, I'm probably only touching like 15 to 20% of my income as of right now, somewhere in that range, about 20 to 30%. But as far as like my bookkeeping, I'm kind of in the process of deciding how I want to do that. I'm in the process of deciding, do I want to let like a certain family member do it? You know, do I want to teach my wife to do it? Do I just want to do it myself? Or do I want to, like, you know, go outsource to, you know, a third party? I don't know yet. I'm not gonna find anything. I'm not gonna find it. I'm gonna touch out loud. So oh, okay, cool. Shit, he made me forget. Stop texting me. I guess I am doing a 34. But go back to that question. I'm still figuring that out. As far as taxes go, I have a accountant that I go to. But as far as the bookkeeping, that's something that I'm still in the process of I'm not struggling with it. I just want to figure out because my thing is, I don't want to just think about it as just me being one truck. You know, I don't know what the future holds for me. You know what I mean? I don't know if I plan on, partnering with anyone later on. I don't know if I plan on doing it on my own. I don't know if I plan on staying with one truck and trying to pay off this truck and then, doing one truck with getting the trailer and do my own authority. I don't know if I plan on starting a fleet. I don't know if I plan on buying a truck cash and putting it in port. I don't know what I plan on doing, but I do know that eventually I'm going to want to grow this to a size to where I'm not going to be able to completely run it by myself. So I don't know, to be honest with you. Right now I'm kind of doing my own bookkeeping and keeping my own papers and shit around. But that is something that I'm going to be looking into to definitely upgrade the way that I do that. Do you have to pay for your own flight ticket to the? Yes, as of right now you do. As of right now you do. People ruined it, man. Who was that right there? Jumpstart. They ruined it, Jumpstart. I'm sorry to tell you, but they ruined it. They ruined it because people would call the company, make it seem like they was gonna come, and VL would pay for the plane tickets, and plane tickets are not cheap, and people would renege and not show up. And with plane tickets don't work like bus tickets, man. Once you buy that plane ticket, it's damn near impossible to get your money. Like, I mean, hell, I think it's like $150 to cancel that shit, or something in that range. So they just they said that on a case-by-case basis. What they may do is that if you buy the ticket, that they may reimburse it on if they'll pay for it for you, but they'll take it out of your first settlement on a case-by-case basis. But that's something you got to talk to them about. But one thing I can assure you though is, no matter will you pay for, a bus or a plane or whatever, you will get your money back. Guarantee you're gonna make that money back. So in my opinion, don't even trip off that. Pay what you got to pay to get there while it's going right now, while they still got trucks, and you will make your money back without question. 30 days from now, you won't even be thinking about no damn plane ticket. I'm gonna be honest with you. Get you a spot in the hills, low key. In the hills. Nah, I ain't moving in the hills. Well, shit. What's in my eye? Maybe it's my eyelash. What's your truck number? I can't put out that information, man. What you mean? I can't be these weirdos out here. You gonna get somebody killed. Cause somebody stupid gonna come up to my truck trying some dumb shit and I'm gonna blow their head clean off. Oh, we know about pulling up on people. Hey, man. Like I say, let them, hey, pull up if you want to. Pull up if you want to. I ain't playing no games, man. I ain't got time for that. What is your opinion on the beer company unloading 600 to 700 cases a day off the side load? I'm 23 and I support your life. Me and my family love your videos. Appreciate the content, bro. Florence, South Carolina. And shout out to Florence, South Carolina. I just was through there. I think did I have the? No, I was almost to Florence. We drove down to South Carolina to get those fireworks that we use for the gender reveal. I think Florence was like the next exit after, or maybe we was in Florence. Whatever that exit was after south of the border, we got off that exit to get the. I think that was Dillon. Yeah, we was in Dillon. But anyways, the beer unloading. All I can tell you from what I've heard is that's hard work. If you're actually unloading the beers, that's very, 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 very hard work. And ultimately, you got to make the decision: is that that work going to be worth the money they're going to be paying you? You know what I mean? You say you're 23, young man, so you're still in your prime, so it may not affect you as much as, say, a 33-year-old or whatever. You know, but one thing I will say with beer, you're gonna never have to worry about being out of work. Motherfuckers always gonna drink. Recession, depression, whatever, pandemic, motherfuckers always gonna drink. So you ain't gonna ever have to worry about being out of bread or being out of work. But it is, I will say from what I've heard, it's a lot of physical labor, man. So if you're willing to put up with that and the pay that they're offering is decent, do it. Hey, go for it. I mean, who am I to tell you what not to do? Something best for your family. You feel what I'm saying? So, yeah. Mine is 112 White Cascadia. Okay. If I see you, I definitely say what's up to you. Use trucking office software. Best thing ever happened to me for tracking numbers. Okay, I'm gonna check that out. Appreciate that, Mid-Atlantic. You need your hazmat over there. I would greatly recommend it. I would definitely recommend getting your hazmat, especially now that trucks are getting so scarce. That would definitely make you a more prime candidate than someone. Like, for example, if two people apply here, in my opinion, and one has a hazmat and one doesn't, the one that has the hazmat is definitely going to get the job 9 times out of 10 over the person that doesn't, from what they have told me. You know what I mean? So, you know, I would definitely recommend trying to get it. However, you don't need it if you're trying to team. If you have a teammate that you're coming, I think teams don't need it. But yeah, I would recommend it. $195 a day salary, bro. What's $195? That's $200, 5 days, $1,000 a week. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. If you want me to keep it a buck with you, I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. Me personally, I would not do that. But that's me. I'm fat. I'm lazy. I'm overweight. I don't like moving shit. I just like to drive. I'm a steering wheel holder. Call it what it is. But, you know, once upon a time in life, you know, when I didn't understand some things that I understand now, I probably would have done that. You know what I'm saying? Because I just, you know, would have thought that that was a great opportunity because I wasn't as informed as I am now, and I just didn't understand a bigger picture like I do now. So if you do decide to do that, don't feel bad about it. You know what I mean? Do it and be proud of it. But if you're gonna do it and you already got doubts about it right now, them doubts ain't going nowhere. Let me be the first, second, and third to tell you. Anytime we go into a situation with doubts, man, it's almost as if that's like God telling us, or whatever you believe in, telling us, like, bro, that ain't it. And we just be fighting that shit. It's like, oh, no. Like, the situation, like, 9 times out of 10, when you go into situations, the situations ain't gonna change. Them situations be what it's gonna be. Like, so many times we waste so much time going into things thinking that, oh, maybe it'll change. Even with people, we'll go into relationships or we'll go into situationships or whatever, thinking that shit is gonna, no, the shit, like, the situation is gonna be what it is. The person's gonna be what it is. The whatever's gonna be what it is. We ain't gonna change the situation. We might change and adapt, but that situation 9 times 10 ain't. So if you feel the way that you feel about it now, if you have doubts about it now, them doubts ain't going nowhere, in my opinion. So Um, I would just say, man, just really think on it, man. Really think on it. Do you think that the amount of work that you finna be doing is worth $1,000 a week? If you asking me, no, it's not, because it's way more money out here in trucking to be made, and you don't have to do nowhere near as much physical labor. You know, but again, I'm fat, I'm lazy, I'm obese. You know what I mean? I got kidney disease, I got diabetes. I ain't trying to lift shit. I don't like carrying my book bag into the truck stop when I take a shower. So, you know what I mean? I'm a little biased. You know what I'm saying? So, no, but all jokes to the left, man. Just, you know, just think about it, man. Like, really contemplate on it. You know, talk with your family, you know, and see what you think is best for you. You know what I mean? If that's what you think is best for you and your family at the time being right now, then do it. And again, you ain't locked into nothing. That's the beauty about trucking, man. As long as you got that CDL with your face, with the mean mug up there with your name and address, you ain't locked into nothing. Don't let nobody tell you different. If you want to go there for 30 days and leave, do it, bro. Do it. Nobody care about, you know what I mean, all that, oh, he a job hopper, blah, blah, blah. Nobody care about that shit. Go experience it and see if you like it. You might love it. You might hate it. But you got the opportunity to experience it. If you don't like that shit, leave, get out of there, go find something else. Or stay there until you find something better. Or just, you know, if you want to be there for a year just to get the experience, to get something better, thug it out. But you got to figure out what you're going to do and what's best for you and what you're most comfortable with. Because you got to go to bed with that decision every night. So go to bed, think about it, man. No hippie in the house. I thought he was a moderator. Hold on, no hippie. I got you. I got you, brother. Hold on with it. There you go. No hazmat required, but it's 10 cents more a mile. How much experience do you need to come to VL? Yeah, it's 1 year. Definitely 1 year. Where are your sleeves? Hey, man, you know what I mean? They at the crib, bro. We get the guns out. Ain't got no sleeves. Hey, I can only wear this for like another couple of weeks, Dre. You know, it's gonna start getting cold. I mean, y'all see over in Cheyenne? Woo! Hey, look, that shit gave me the heebie-jeebies. I saw that shit. They got hit with a winter storm. They got hit with a winter storm out Cheyenne. I'm talking about 25 degrees, white out, like fucking goddamn fucking like some winter, like Wonderland type shit. Cheyenne, I think it was yesterday. See that shit right there is gonna make me tell my dispatch, hey bro, don't even send me Northwest. Because that's what I'm really debating on, is how I'm gonna run during winter. I mean, I already know I'm gonna be taking off all of January because of the baby. So, you know, December, February, it's gonna be like, I might just run like, you know what I mean, like up and down 95 or some shit like that, because that shit, like, oh my god, that shit brought back some memory, brother. I done been in that shit, bro. Swift's kept me on 80. Oh my god, Swift Transportation kept me on 80. When I ran reefer for Swift, I stayed on 80. Stayed on 80. Lord have mercy. That Wyoming, man, I don't know what it is about Wyoming. Like, I'm not a scientist. I don't know. Like you know how Trucker Brown be hitting y'all with a bunch of those like random useless facts. Like, I don't got all that. So I don't know what it is about Wyoming that the wind hits it the way it does and the temperature drops the way it does and it just be like crazy. I don't know, man. Wyoming is nuts, like crazy. Like Wyoming, man. That's just, I don't know. But yeah, so I'm trying to stay away from that. Is VL only dry and flatbed? No, VL is dry and reefer. I don't know. To my understanding, VL doesn't have any flatbed, unless I missed something. I'm a beer trucker, bro. Been doing it for a year. Thanks for your opinion. I'm trying to leave now to find something else. Thanks for the motivation. Hit me up if you need any free beer. Appreciate that, man. I was in it, shut down 80 both ways. Whoo, I bet. Hey, bro, cuz, salute to you, Corey. I hope you good and got everything you need on the truck, bro. For real, that shit ain't no joke. That shit, like, all jokes to the left. Like, that shit, man. That's why, like, this time of the year, as we getting close to winter, like, if you new to this, let me tell you something, man. Keep you some shit on the truck, man. Get you some cases of water. Put it in your side box. Get you some canned goods, extra clothes or whatever. Because if you're gonna be traveling out there, It ain't about a preference on how you want to drive. It ain't even like that. See, if you're driving like in the Midwest, in the Northeast, then it's like a preference thing. Like, oh, I don't want to drive in snow. No, when you out there in the Northwest, you get fucking shut down for like 4 days, and you can't even get out the truck. Like, you can't go nowhere. So you gotta make sure you got enough shit on the truck to survive, because it can get real. It can get real out there, man. It can get real to where you can't go anywhere. So, seriously, man, if you're gonna be out here, this ain't an ego thing or who's a better truck driver, who drives in snow. You know, I know that turns into a dick swinging contest between drivers. Like, oh, I'll put chains on the truck. I'm not doing that shit. But if you want to, just make sure you stock up your truck, man. You get you some water, some bread, some non-perishable items, man. I don't want nobody being caught out there looking crazy, man. I want everybody to be safe and get home, man, for real. Like, ain't that much money in the world, honestly. You know what I'm saying? But for those that choose to do that shit, just be safe, man, for real. Like, this job is already dangerous enough. I think sometimes we take for granted just how dangerous this shit is, man. We do a very dangerous job, fellas and gals that's in here. This is a very, 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 very dangerous job. Like, honestly, man, like when you just look at the statistics and how much more likely we are to get into an accident because of how often we drive. Like, that shit always bothered me when I be driving. You ever drive through the states or whatever, just driving, and you'll see the shit, but like, Georgia, 962 deaths on the road this year. But that should be fucking me up. Like, excuse my French. That should get me every time. Or Cali, 1,342 deaths this year. We're down 50 deaths. Like, what the fuck? Nobody want to see that shit. I'm on hour 9 of driving. I don't want to see that, you know what I mean? But it just reminds you of how dangerous this job really is, man. We got to really be careful out here, man. We just be out here just like, someone's be on our phones. We got 3 different screens. We got a GPS. We got our phone. We got a tablet and all that shit. But, like, I don't take that shit for granted, man. For real. I don't take it for granted at all. Good to see you doing well. Appreciate that, Don't Hit Me. Every time I see a VL truck, I'm looking to see if it's you. Hey, man, you know, I hit you up on the one-on-one, let you know my truck number and whatnot. We could definitely link up, do that video. I seen the joint you did with Junior, the man over there. I'm trying to get, hey, look, I'm trying to be the Junior Honduras of VL trucking. You feel me? Junior got what, 4 trucks now? Salute to Junior Honduras, man. That dude is, he killing it over at Prime. All them people, like, look, no shots, but all them people that came to Prime and left. All the big YouTubers went to Prime, was there and left and whatever. Junior been there the whole time, holding it down. He building his fleet slowly but surely. He holding it down over there at Prime, man. That's some cool now, sitting in Nevada. Okay, my man, how much more does the reefer trailer cost a week? 20. I don't know the specific number. Who was that? C. I'm just gonna call you basketball. I don't know the specific number. All I know is that it's 20%. It's 20% of the gross for a dry van and 22% of the gross for a reefer, if that makes sense. So as far as the specific number for the trailer, that I don't know. I just know it's included in the 20% and the 22%. So a dry van owner operator is going to make 80%. I keep spitting. And a reefer owner operator is going to make 78%. So that's what I can tell you with that. What's going on, Buddha? All facts. That's why I stay on the southeast. I hear that. And I ain't gonna lie to you, maybe once I get to, maybe a year from now, year and a half, I can get to a point where, I might only run 2 weeks at a time. Or, again, that's why I say I gotta kind of try to put a plan together on how I want to do it. Because the plan is ultimately to get home. But I've gotten the green light from my wife. Well, shout out to my wife, man. God damn, man. She done held her brother down through some shit. You heard me. Like, all this failure and shit that y'all been seeing me do for the last 4 or 5 years and have criticized me heavily for, man, she been there every day. Like, it's okay, babe. We gonna get it. It's all right, cool. Like, every step, you know what I mean? I can't do nothing but, oh, my God. That's why my wife will never work a job again in her life. Some people call me a simp, stupid, I don't give a fuck. Y'all can suck my dick. My wife will never work another job again in her life because she has held a nigga down through some shit that some of these females would have took off running. You feel me? I mean, hell, there's some YouTubers that have been through 3-4 wives on this shit, or girlfriends, or whatever the fuck. Money chasing thoughts, whatever you want to call them. It's a couple niggas that been through a couple joints up here. I ain't saying no names, I ain't trying to be messy or nothing like that, but I'm just saying I'm grateful and appreciative that I got a real one that's gonna hold me down even through the bullshit. So, you know what I mean? But she told me that, you know, with this new situation with VL and how I'm doing this lease, she was like, she would be okay with me doing this for like another 2-3 years because of how I'm able to go out for like 3 to 4 weeks and then come home for a week or more if I want to. So she likes that. I really haven't done it like that. You know, when I was OTR before, I would always be gone for 5, 6, 7, 8. I mean, with Swift, one time I was gone for 13 weeks and she hated that shit. But with this situation, this opportunity, I don't have to go out for nowhere near as long. If I go out for 13 weeks like I did with Swift with this company, I probably take off like fucking, that's 3 months. I would probably take off like 3 months. Like, honestly, like I probably like work 3 months, take off 3 months. Honestly, like seriously, that would be nuts. But don't you need to pay for trail? It comes out of, again, it comes out of Mr. Basketball. It comes out of your the 20%. But so if you're asking me, like, pretty much like this, let me break it down to you. That 20% that they take out, the 20% of the gross, that only comes out when the wheels are turning. So when I go on home time, that doesn't come out. Only thing I have to pay when I go home is my $4.99 a week truck payment. So if I go home for a week or go home for 2 weeks like I just did, the whole 2 weeks I was home, 15 days, I didn't pay no trailer fees, no bobtail fees, none of that. It only takes effect when the truck is moving. So when I go home for my my baby being born, I take the month off. Well, only thing then what I probably have to do is I'll probably drop the truck and trailer off in Chicago and fly home because, you know, they'll probably want to use the trailer to make some money and they want to wash the truck, which is understandable. But I only get charged. Yeah, what happened? Oh, I thought my shit went up. But I only get charged the truck payment. So I think that's dope. Because I know some people leases where you'll still get charged trailer fees, bobtail, all that shit, even when you go home. So for us to not get charged that shit here when you go home, I think that's pretty dope. No lie, Wyoming is nuts, man. Wyoming might as well be Mars, man. What you talking about? Wyoming like another planet. I saw Stevens transport truck tailgating the BMW hard. Shame on you, Black Lives. That's crazy. I put you as a referral this morning. Appreciate that, man. Know it's included in the 22% VL gets. Yeah, exactly. No doubt, basketball. Holland vibes for sure. I love my ratchets. They're not reliable. Shut the hell up, Drake. Get ready for Amazon stock split. What that mean? Reconnect. Okay, here we go. I don't know what's going on with my service. Jay, download Robinhood app, bro, and tap in. Hey, man. Hey, bro. Hey, look. It's all in the work, bro. I can't give you everything. I got some, you know, again, man, like, right now, I will say my main focus right now, and at least for the next, what's this? September, October, November, December. So like for the next 4 to 5 months, my main focus is just to run this truck and to stack as much bread in my maintenance account and just in my business as possible. But 2021, man, like barring any, you know, any major setbacks, 2021, God willing, is gonna be a great year. Like for real. Honestly, 2020, like at least the second half of 2020 has been good so far and shaping up to end good. You know what I mean? And you know, I'm really blessed, man. Like I ain't even gonna lie. Like a lot of people don't come back from where I went. Like just that dark place where it just seemed like you can't catch a break. So I'm for sure like not gonna take this for granted. I know a lot of people like, oh, you've said this before. It was different, man. I was never in my own truck. It was always working for a company, hoping that, you know, oh, I hope this company shit work out. Whereas now I'm a lease operator, owner operator, where it's like I'm in control a lot more. I'm in control of a lot more than what I was with those other opportunities. The only other time I was in this much control of my situation was with Swift. But even then, it was you in control. But how much control do you really have if you have, as HT Logistics would say, a high operating cost? You know what I'm saying? So you can't go home but for so long because you can come out negative. You know what I mean? So, you know, I'm not saying that it was a bad lease, but I just think this one is better. You know what I mean? I think I'm wording. I just don't want. I'm trying to word it correct because I don't want to disrespect anyone. I know people take offense to things that are not meant to be taken offense to. So I just want to, you know, I'm not saying that Swift lease was bad, but I'm just saying that I wasn't as in control and I wasn't making as much money as I was solo as I am solo here with this lease. So I just want to word that correctly because, you know, somebody told me that I be wording the way I word things sometimes comes off as offensive, even if I don't mean to offend. So just trying to get better with the articulation of how I say things so that, you know, I don't hurt nobody. Even though people don't give a fuck about my feelings, they'll say whatever in the comments on videos. They don't care about my little old feelings, but it's cool because, you know, I can take it. So, but so that's what it is, man. I just wanted to come up here and chop it up with y'all, man. I did not think I'd be up here for almost 2 hours, but I appreciate all 78 people being here rocking with me, man. And I appreciate, you know, VL again for giving me an opportunity to just do what I'm doing. You know what I mean? Appreciate the people that, you know, came here, took my word for it. I'm glad that y'all are now eating and we all eating together. And that's what it is, man. I'm gonna just rock out and, you know, just right now is just preparing to move. After we move is just stacking and getting ready for my son to be here. And just you know, doing the best I can to not fuck this up. Because I've done a great job in fucking up some great opportunities over the last, you know, couple of years. So my main concern moving forward is just doing the best that I can to not fuck this up. That's it. Ain't no rocket science behind it. Ain't no X's and O's and this and no. Just run the truck, prepare for breakdowns, don't get too cocky, and just be consistent. Just being consistent. You know what I mean? That's just what it's all about right now for me, consistency. So, but as always, man, y'all already know what it is. Stay safe, stay positive, stay productive. What's the company name? VL. Yeah, the company is VL Trucking. As always, stay safe, stay positive, stay productive. God Family Trucking. As always, every day is another step closer to where you want to be in life. So keep pushing, because you already know I am. I'm gone though.